Good morning, Year 4. So, this comprehension video is going to be for the children who have the Year 3 comprehension book. Okay? So, today we are going to look at the text that's called Harriet's Hair. So you will open your book onto your contents page and you will find the text that says, or the title, Harriet's Hair on your contents page. You'll look down and you'll find the page number and it says page 2. Then we're going to turn to page 2. Now, Harriet's Hair goes over 2 pages, so it's pages 2 and pages 3. Okay, so your text is on page 2. Now, it looks like a lot, but I am sure you are going to be fabulous at reading this, okay? So, I'll tell you a little bit about the text first before I explain what it is that we're going to be doing today. Harriet's Hair by Dick King Smith tells the story of a young girl, Harriet, who wakes one day to find a crop circle in her father's wheat field. The alien that made the crop circle has taken on the form of a hare. And in this extract, Harriet meets the hare for the very first time. Okay, so that tells us a little bit about the story, and it's telling me, after I've read it, that there's a little girl who wakes up and she finds a crop circle. And I know that crop circles are something that they're made by aliens. Okay, and she finds a hare, and this hare is very special because it's actually an alien in disguise. And we're going to read the bit where Harriet meets the hare who is actually the alien. Okay, so you've got 31 lines and it's an extract. So an extract is a short piece of writing that's taken from the text. Okay, so Harriet's Hair will be a story, but we've had an extract, so a piece of writing taken from that story for today's activity. Okay, so the first thing that I would suggest that you do, Year 4, is read the text. Now, I like to get my children in my guided reading class to underline or highlight any words that they find difficult to read or they don't know what they mean. Okay, so I would read through the text first and I would pick out some words that I might not know the meaning of. So I can see here, I found the word galloping. Now, if I aren't sure about the word galloping, I will underline that or colour over it with a highlighter. And then what I might do is I might ask a mummy or a daddy or an older brother or sister to help me to figure out what that word means. Now, if you haven't got someone to help you, you can go onto Google and type in what does the word galloping mean, and it will tell you. Okay, so if you are stuck on some of the words, you can look them up or you could ask for some help. Okay, and then you will get a better idea of what they mean. So I will read the text through. I might read it through twice, just so I've got a really good understanding about what the text means, what it's about, and what I've read. So I've got a really good idea before I move on to look at my questions. Okay, so I would read through a couple of times, underline any words that I'm stuck on, and find out what they mean. Okay, it might be that I don't know how to pronounce them, so I might get someone else to have a go at pronouncing them with me. You can also use your phonics to break down words. So if there is a word here that you are stuck on, you can use your phonics knowledge to help you. So I can see a word here that I'm stuck on. So I can see this word here, and it says, it begins with a P. I know it begins with a P because that's the letter there. Okay, so to break it down, I'll go pasture. Okay, so you'll break it down and join it back together again to pronounce the word. Okay, so then when I've read the text through a couple of times, I will look at the questions. And there are 7 for today's text. and they're on this side. And you have got a lot of space to write your answers, okay? And I would love to see the best handwriting you have when you write your answers year 4, because we are still keeping an eye on who's going to be getting pen licenses when we're back in school, okay? So question number 1, why is one field described as green and the other as gold? Now, the question is telling me where I need to look. So I can see I need to find in the text where it talks about the fields. So I will look through the text and I can actually see that it's in the first paragraph. So you will want to reread the first paragraph and write your answer in a full sentence that explains why the fields are described as green and one as gold. Okay? Moving on to question 2. What is unusual about the behaviour of the cows in the second paragraph? So in that question, it's telling me where to look. Okay, so I know that I need to look not at paragraph number 1, but at paragraph number 2 to answer that question. Okay, so what is unusual about the cows in paragraph 2? Okay, so we want to read paragraph 2 again, and again, writing in full sentences with your best handwriting. Okay, and you will do the same all the way through up to question 7. Now, some of them actually tell you what line you need to look on. So if you look very closely at your text, on this side, it gives you line numbers. Now they're going up in 5s, okay? So something that I might do to help me is actually write the line number next to each line to help me. So when I have a question, I can go down this side here and I can find the line that I need. So for question 3, it tells me I need to look at line 9 and line 10. So what I might do is, because I've written down my numbers, so let's go down 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and I'm going to get a highlighter to help me for this. So I've got my highlighters. You might have a colouring pen that you could use, or a pencil. So I'm going to use my highlighter and I'm going to go down to line 9 and line 10. So I've actually marked on my book lines 9 and 10. I've also got some quotes that I need to pick out for those lines. So I've got to look for the quote, square golden blanket. So I will go to line 9 and I can see that quote and I will highlight it to help me, so it stands out from the rest of the text. Okay, so if you've got a question that asks you to look for a particular line number, that's a little hint as what you could do to help you. Okay, now if you're stuck, you can email us on our year 4 email that we have set up for you. Okay, and what I would like to see at the end of today, so it's Monday today, isn't it? So at the end of today, or when you've done this task, you need to take a photograph of the questions and your answers so we can mark them and tell you whether you've got them right or not. Okay? And this is really important, year 4, because we need to know that you can understand this task and you've been able to try your best at home, because only the best is good enough, isn't it, year 4? And I know it's a little bit strange, but we will try our best with this, okay? So you can email us if you have any questions or if you're struggling, and please send us your work in, because we want to give out as many marvellous Bs as possible for your work. And I will be looking at handwriting, and I might be sending surprise marvellous me's home for the best handwriters. Okay, so if you do have any questions about Harriet's hair, please email us and we can help you. One of us, either me, Miss Colclough or Miss Chafe, will get in touch to help you. Okay.